Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Food as Fuck. My name is Zeke and Simone is behind the camera as usual, and today we are cooking an elevated grilled cheese. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're making grilled cheese today. Everybody loves grilled cheese. Everybody loves grilled cheese except for my kid, but that's okay. I believe that one day he'll get there. So, grilled cheese, we're going to make it three different ways today. We're going to make a classic, just the grilled cheese itself. And then, of course, because this is Food AF, we are going to make two more with some flavor in it. And all three are going to blow your mind away. So, ingredients for today's dish, very, very straightforward. So, obviously, we're going to have some cheese. And I have this beautiful mountain of cheese here. So this is actually 4 different cheeses that I've grated together. So I have an extra old cheddar. It's been aged for 20 months. And then I have an old cheddar. And we also have a smoked Gouda, and I have a mozzarella in there. So for you cheese lovers out there, this is beautiful. We're also gonna be adding, and I prepared this earlier, some roasted tomatoes. So very simple, all I did was I cubed some tomatoes, well not cubed, I quartered, some tomatoes. Added a little salt, a little pepper, a dash of nutmeg, a little bit of olive oil, and I grated some garlic in there. And then you just pop it into the oven for about, 40 minutes on 380. I also prepared earlier our caramelized onions and mushrooms. And if you haven't seen me do this before, you need to watch the burger episode. So I'll put a link for that down in the description below or in the card up here somewhere. So yeah, just go watch the burger episode and you'll see how we made this, and I recommend you do because this is good. So we also have some garlic butter that I've prepared earlier. Again, very easy to make. Watch last week's salmon episode and you should, or salmon episode, and you should see how this butter is made. I only just added garlic though, not any thyme to it. And some basil. So I have some fresh Thai basil, which is just what I found. I mean, you can get whatever basil you want. Also for the cheese, I just used a mixture of my favorite cheeses. Feel absolutely free to use whatever cheese that you want. Of course, a grilled cheese sandwich is not a grilled cheese sandwich without some bread. And today I have the black box bread here, which is delicious. And that's it, so we're gonna be slicing that up. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna do. Nothing, I'm just gonna slice the bread. So I'm contemplating how thick the slice should be. Now you don't want it to be too thick, obviously, because you want to grill the cheese, or you want the cheese to melt before you burn the bread off. This is a good slice. And by the way, you absolutely don't have to buy a loaf of bread like this. I mean, you can just buy regular old sliced bread. And there we go. These are our sandwiches. All right, so before I start assembling, I just want to talk about a few things first. So there's 2 ways that you can get about or go on with cooking the sandwich. And it has to do with the way that you apply the butter. So some people like to butter up the outside of the toast, and that is absolutely fine. Some people like to put the butter in the pan and then start off that way. And honestly, they're equally fine, right? So for me today, just because my butter is super soft now because it's been sitting out here for like 2 hours and it's hot, so I'm just gonna put it directly on the bread because I know that I'm not gonna tear the bread because the butter's gonna spread easily. So let's stop talking and start assembling. All right, so I'm gonna apply a layer of my butter, and this is going to be my top bun, right? So, and as you can see, I'm being very nice and generous with the butter. So the unbuttered side down, right? So you don't get butter everywhere. Let's go for a very classic cheese first. There's gonna be nothing in there but cheese. I'm gonna put a very thin layer of butter on the middle, because why not? All right, so here we go. And put your cheese. This is enough, right? So you don't want to be crazy and build a huge mountain.
So the butter is on the top, right?
The butter's on the top, but once we put it in the pan, this side goes in first, so then the other side is up, and then we butter the other side. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay, next sandwich, and this is where we go into Flavor Town. Same thing, I'm gonna take the top bun. So since my friend Simone is here, we're going a little bit Italian style, Tuscany, which is cheese, basil, and tomato, or cheese, CTB? Was it a CTB or a CBT? I forgot what I said earlier.
CTB.
CTB, right?
Yeah.
Train. So, again, very straightforward. We're gonna take a nice amount of cheese here. Try not to lose any of it. So there we go. And then our beautiful roasted tomatoes. These are so good. And then we're gonna finish with some basil leaves. Now I recommend you you give the basil leaves. You don't have to be too finicky, but just give it a little chop. So when you bite into it, you don't pull out a whole leaf at a time. And you don't need to go crazy with basil because basil is pretty fragrant. And that's it. Top bun goes on. Push it down. That's sandwich number 2. Okay, sandwich number 3. Same thing. We're gonna go with our butter on the top bun. I'm gonna start with this first because, well, it's pretty sticky, so it might actually help in holding the cheese. So as you can see, I'm putting a very nice, generous layer of our caramelized onions and mushrooms. And then we go with the cheese. You want a slow motion? Oh yeah! Press it down. And that's it. These 3 bad boys are gonna go into a medium low, not medium hot pan. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so a quick rundown before we started the stove here. I have my stove at a medium low, like I said before, and you can use a non-stick pan, preferably if you're not very confident in your pan handling skills. But I have done this with a steel pan too, right? So it does work with a steel pan, but if you're a little bit scared, go for a non-stick. The sandwiches are going to be going butter side down first, and then we are going to put butter on the top. Remember, if you don't have soft butter, just put a knob of butter in the pan, let it melt, and then put the sandwich in, and then put another knob before you flip it to the other side. Follow along, because all this cheese here is not just for decoration. So let's start with the classic grilled cheese. So butter side down. This is a good opportunity to press down on the sandwich comfortably since this side is not buttered yet. So just press down, give it a good press, and now you can butter the other side. So as you can see, if your butter is room temperature, everything should be nice and smooth. Okay, so it's buttered on the other side, and I'm just gonna leave it for about 3 minutes before I even check on it. Okay, so it's not 3 minutes, and here's the secret part of the sandwich, right? So it's been about 1.5 minutes, and all I really wanted to do was just warm that bottom bun a little bit, because I'm gonna flip it now, and it's warm enough for me to add some cheese. Now, it's not gonna melt the cheese, but it's gonna make it go soft a little bit and hopefully stick to the bread. And there we go, the cheese is getting soft already and it's sticking to the bread. Now I am gonna leave the other side for 3 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna flip it now, be very careful, and boom. So just drop it right on that cheese and look at that nice color that we have already. And more cheese!
Can we call this sandwich like, I don't know, Michael Bolton sandwich?
The Michael, why is it the Michael Bolton sandwich?
Well, it's hyper cheesy, right?
Ooh! Shots fired by Simone at Michael Bolton. When you're not strong. I grew up with Michael Bolton. It was still sort of cheesy to like him back then.
Oh yeah.
But we all listened to him.
It smells great.
Yes. Remember, the garlic is in that butter.
Oh yeah.
We don't mess around.
No.
I think I'm gonna try to give it a flip and see how it is. Now remember, the cheese is melting and it's crustifying. That's a word. So try to scrape it with your spatula, right? Oh yes! Look at that! Okay, so I am gonna call it here for this sandwich. Oh yes. Okay, so let me compose myself. The oven has been hot since we were doing the roasted tomatoes, or it's warm, sort of. So I'm gonna keep this in there while I cook the other two sandwiches. Okay, and this cheese shouldn't be a problem. As you can see, you just go like that, and it all comes out. And this is for us. Can you hear the crunch?
Yeah, you said for us. Ah, okay.
Okay, Simo, what goes next? The CTB or the caramelized mushrooms and onions?
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms. All right, so same as last time, the pan is hot. We're going butter side down first. Okay, butter the other side. By the way, this is a totally vegetarian meal.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna flip. See, it cooked much faster this time. So I'm actually gonna drop the heat a little bit because I want the cheese inside to melt. Oh, yes. All right, last sandwich. Butter that last side up. And we are done. Can you hear the crunch?
I hear the crunch.
Okay, and now, bam, 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 SHA POW! All right, it is taste time, and man, this looks good. Seriously, you should try this. It is, if you are a cheese lover of any kind, you have to eat the sandwich. So I'm gonna start with the straight up normal cheese.
I'll go Italian. Oh, I'm gonna
Wow.
Beautiful, beautiful man. Sorry, Michael, you are nobody.
Simone with the hate on Michael Bolton today, man.
Told you, he's a friend.
I have a feeling there's a story there. I'm gonna go for the CBT because I really wanna try those roasted tomatoes.
You finished the first one?
Yeah.
Already?
I eat fast.
Also, the regular one is beautiful, man.
Kill me now. I'll be a happy man.
Well, all three are pretty good. Even the plain one, just cheese, is but yeah, with a touch of fantasy.
Touch of food AF.
Food as fantasy.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this awesome thing a try. You are going to love it. Thank you guys so much. We still can't believe that we've already passed 100 subscribers.
What?
We hit 100 subscribers in about 3 months, so that is awesome. We guys are sincerely grateful to you guys. You guys are great. We really love all the love and the support that you've been showing us. So please, if you like what we do, continue watching our channel. Tell your friends, subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below, and share our videos. That really helps put us out there. And yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. So until we see you guys next time, I've been Z from Food as Fuck, and this has been Simone, and we'll see you next time. SHA POW!